Hey guys! Chances are if you're watching this video, you are a fan of Pokemon. I too am a fan of Pokemon. I played it growing up, I watched the show, loved all of it. I've got my badges right here. Of course my Pokemon shirt. So over the years, as I've watched, TV and scoured the internet, I've seen animals pop up that I just look at, I'm like, oh my gosh, that is a Pokemon. Like real life animals that I think embody some sort of aspect of Pokemon, and I'm just like, that is a real life Pokemon. So I've compiled a list and I wanted to share that with all of you guys. So without further ado, let's dive right in. 8 real life animals that are totally Pokemon. First up on our list is the Serval. Yes, this is a wild cat native to Africa. It is characterized by a small head, large ears, a golden yellow coat spotted and striped with black, and a short black tipped tail. The Serval has the longest legs of any cat relative to its body size. I mean, look at this thing. As soon as I saw it, I was like, that is almost just like a cartoon cat. It's like a giraffe and a rabbit and a feline all had a Pokemon baby. I mean, just the ears compared to its head size, compared to its lanky legs. I don't know, guys. It's just, to me, that screams Pokemon. Now, with all these animals, if they're Pokemon, they need to have some sort of attack, right? Because when we get Pokeballs in real life, not if, when we get real life Pokeballs, I want to go catch some of these and train them and have, real Pokemon battles. So the Serval, I think its attack would be the Claw Strike. Yes, with its long legs, I think it could reach out and attack other Pokemon with its claws rather easily. So the Claw Strike would be super effective for the Serval. Next up on our list is the Aardwolf. Yes, the Aardwolf is definitely Pokemon-esque. The Aardwolf is in the same family as the hyena. It is located in East and Southeast Africa. They are nocturnal, night creatures. Aardwolves are not fast runners, nor are they particularly adept at fighting off predators. And it may raise its mane when threatened, but it can also emit a foul-smelling liquid. Gross. So the Aardwolf, I mean, just looking at it, screams Pokemon. You've got the kind of funny coloring, a body shape mixed with like a sharp black mane that will pop up when threatened. It's just, to me, also just has a whole Pokemon look about it. And of course, the Aardwolf would need to have an attack if it's a Pokemon, and I think its attack would be Pounce. With Pounce, I think it would be able to fight other Pokemon and be effective in that scenario, per se. Maybe a main strike as well. What are your guys' thoughts? How do you think the Aardwolf would attack other Pokemon, Next up on our list is the Mantis Shrimp. You may have seen this creature in other videos here on YouTube and on the internet. It is very unique and really interesting. Z-Frank from True Facts actually did a video on the Mantis Shrimp, and if you haven't seen it yet, you should definitely go check it out because it is informative, but also hilarious. The Mantis Shrimp is a marine crustacean, and some of them have specialized calcified clubs that can strike with great power and speeds. Their eyes are 5 times more complex than our eyes and can see even wider in the light spectrum than ours. Their little clubs can strike out at over 50 miles an hour and create little suction void pockets that send out shock waves in the water. I mean, their attacks are incredible. These little guys are absolutely Pokemon. I mean, besides how they look, they even have like shock wave strikes with their little clubs. Are you kidding me? That screams Pokemon. These things have got to be real life Pokemon. Besides their coloring and everything else. The Mantis Shrimp Pokemon attack would definitely be Sonic Punch. Next up on our list is the Pangolin. Yes, that is a real life creature and they are in Asia. They kind of look like armadillos and act similarly, but they are scaly anteaters. Pangolins have large protective keratin scales covering their whole skin. They are the only known mammals with this feature. They are nocturnal and are also very good swimmers. The pangolins look really menacing with their awesome armor, scales that cover their whole body, but they have no teeth. They're anteaters, so they have really long tongues. So they don't have any sort of like bite or anything. For the pangolin, I definitely think its Pokemon attack would be Armor Roll. One of their natural defensive maneuvers is to roll up in a ball like an armadillo and use their protective scales to protect themselves. So in a Pokemon battle, I could totally see it rolling up into an armor ball and then rolling out against one of the other Pokemon. Seriously, the pangolin has got to be one of the most fascinating creatures on the planet. Just look at it. There are very few things that look that, I don't know, like, it almost looks like fantasy-esque, like it can't be real. Like somebody drew it up. It almost looks like somebody created this thing for Dungeons and Dragons or something like that. I don't know. Next up on our list is the anglerfish. Yes, you might know this one from Finding Nemo. These fish are named for their characteristic mode of predation, or hunting other fish, which the fleshy growth from the fish's head acts as a lure for the other fish. And they're located all over the world. So what they do is they'll use this little bioluminescent bulb on their heads to lure in other fish and then attack. And of course they got those huge, sharp fangs on their mouths. If you don't know that reference, go watch Monty Python and the Holy Grail. It'll change your life. But with the anglerfish, its Pokemon attack would definitely be Hypno Chomp. So what it would do is it would hypnotize the other Pokemon to lure it in, and then it would use its huge teeth to chomp and damage the other Pokemon. Definitely how it would do it in a Pokemon battle. I mean, they look scary and all like crazy, mangled. It's, yet again, I think the anglerfish is very cartoon-esque in the way it is. You can tell by the way it is. It just looks cartoonish Pokemon to me. But I would definitely want one if I was a Pokemon trainer. Now coming up on our list, instead of scary, we go the opposite direction. The Quokka. Yes, this is probably one of the cutest animals on the planet. I'd liken this unto Clefairy or Jigglypuff, going with the cute route for this Pokemon. It is a marsupial located down under in Western Australia. They are nocturnal herbivores, and though quokkas have a reputation for being the happiest animal on the planet, I mean, look at it. There are a few dozen cases of quokkas biting people. But naturally, they just have these cute little smiles and they're just little fluff balls and you just want to cuddle them up so bad. So for the Quokka, I think its Pokemon attack would be Cuddle Bite. It's so non-threatening with its look and its smile and its fluffiness, and you just want to go and cuddle with it, and then it bites. That's what the Pokemon Quokka would do. And I definitely want one in real life and as a Pokemon, and if you don't, you're wrong. Now coming up, we have probably the most Pokemon-esque real-life animals on this list. And here we've got the Axolotl. Axolotl. I think it's Axolotl. Also known as the Mexican walking fish. It is a neotenic salamander. It's a salamander, not a fish. So it's an amphibian found in the regions in Mexico. This thing just looks crazy. I mean, it doesn't have any eyelids. It's wonky with its bodily features, and it doesn't really have any teeth or like huge claws or anything. But what this animal does have, which is totally Pokemon-esque, is crazy regeneration healing abilities. It can lose a limb and then it'll grow the limb back. I mean, can you imagine losing your arm and then being able to just grow it back after a month? That's what these guys can do, which would be super useful with a Pokemon. I think its attack might be like, I don't know, foot slap or something like that, or tail slap. It does have a big wide tail, so it could attack with that. But one of its main abilities would be its healing, self-healing abilities in a Pokemon battle. Super effective! Super effective! So while it's not super flashy in its abilities, the Axolotl definitely looks like a Pokemon. Those things behind its head are its lungs. It has gills that stick out instead of are inside, which just makes it look really crazy. And like, it's got like extra limbs or something. But that's just the way it breathes. But overall, it definitely looks like a Pokemon. And last, but definitely not least, this is the most Pokemon real-life animal I think I have ever seen. As soon as I saw it, I wanted to put it into a video. Here it is, the Armadillo Lizard. Yes, that thing right there is real. You can find it here on planet Earth. It is not related to Onyx or any of those rock Pokemon, but it should be. This is the Armadillo Lizard, or the Armadillo Spiny-tailed Lizard. It is found on the western coasts of Africa, feeds on small insects, and is diurnal. But here's the crazy part. Naturally, when threatened, it has a weird defensive behavior. It takes its tail in its mouth and then rolls up into a circle and makes all the spikes stick out on its body so that nothing wants to eat it. It does this naturally all the time. I mean, just look at it. It looks like a little mini dragon Pokemon. Definitely in the Earth category, I would think. So, its attack would be Tail Whip, or Body or Spike Roll. I think one of those two. Let me know in the comments what you guys think the armadillo's attack would be, but I think it would be Tail Whip, because it's got all those big spines on its tail. You just thrash other Pokemon. This has got to be one of the coolest creatures on the planet. I want one, and one day I will have one, especially as a Pokemon trainer. Well guys, that's the full list of 8 real-life animals that I think are totally Pokemon, and of course I'm gonna throw in a little bonus 9th right here. Teacup puppies! They're just so adorable! I mean, look at these. Teacup puppies are definitely Pokemon, and they are made up, and somebody drew these and then created them in real life. I swear. Well guys, that's my list on real life animals that I think are Pokemon. If you have any that you think I missed, please put them in the comments below and we can totally talk about Pokemon and other real life crazy animals. I'd love to do it with you guys. If you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button and of course ring the bell, because I've got weekly content coming out now for you guys. I've got new rap battles, I've got new parodies, skits, all sorts of awesome content related. I've got a new Pokemon song coming out. I've got a new Pokemon skit. I've got all sorts of insanity. I'll see you guys on the next one. Have fun. Take care. Bye.